नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम वलक़द अहलकना मा हौलकुम मिनल क़ुरा व सर्रफ़ना आयाति लअल्लहुम यरजिऊन फ़लौला नसरहुमुल्लज़ीना इत्तख़ज़ू मिन दूनिल्लाहि क़ुरबानन आलिहा बल ज़ल्लू अन्हुम व ज़ालिका इफ़्कुहुम व मा कानू यफ़्तरून। सदक़ल्लाहुल अज़ीम। The last section of Surah Al-AHQAF. وَلَقَدْ أَهْلَكْنَا مَا حَوْلَكُم مِّنَ الْقُرَىٰ, and we destroyed many townships which were around you. Now, who are addressed are the Quraysh of Makkah. Now, Ad, they used to live to the south-east of Makkah. Samud, they used to live in the northwest of Makkah. So these were the nations round about Makkah. وَلَقَدْ أَهْلَكْنَا مَا حَوْلَكُم مِّنَ الْقُرَىٰ وَصَرَّفْنَا الْآيَاتِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ, and we verily expounded our revelations for them in various forms so that they come back and return to us. فَلَوْلَا نَصَرَهُمُ الَّذِينَ اتَّخَذُوا مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ قُرْبَانًا آلِهَةً, then why did not those help him whom they have taken as mediator gods besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? They couldn't come to their help. بَلْ ضَلُّوا عَنْهُمْ, but all of them were lost to them. وَذَلِكَ إِفْكُهُمْ, and it was their lie, a forgery. وَمَا كَانُوا يَفْتَرُونَ, and that was what they were forging. وَإِذْ صَرَفْنَا إِلَيْكَ نَفَرًا مِنَ الْجِنِّ. Now this incident which is being mentioned here now, it took place in the 10th year after the beginning of Wahi to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is to say, about 2 years before Hijrah. In the 10th year after the beginning of Wahi, and this year the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave the title Amul Huzn. This is the year of grief for us. Why? Number one, Khadijatul Kubra radiyallahu ta'ala anha died. A wife who used to console, she has gone. Number two, Abu Talib died, a chief of the clan of Banu Hashim who used to protect, gone. Now, there was no support, visible support for Muhammad at Makkah. His own people were not so strong, not more than 100, 125 people total. They couldn't withstand the whole power of Quraysh. So that is why he went to Taif. Maybe if some chief of the tribes of Taif accepts Islam, then he can shift there, and that would become the base of his movement. But what happened to him there had not happened to him personally even in 10 long years at Makkah. He was stoned, he bled like anything, then very harsh words he had to listen, not only from the three chiefs, all three of them rejected him, but also they instigated the youth, the street urchins, I should say, stone him, and they were stoning him like anything. Now, when he was returning from Taif, he stayed for the night at Nakhla. Nakhla is a point in between Makkah and Taif. There he was offering his tahajjud prayer or maybe Fajr prayer, reciting Quran. At that time, a group of jinns passed by. They heard, they came nearer, listened to Quran. Then they believed in it. Then they went to their people, asking them to believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is a very important incident of the life of the prophets. وَإِذْ صَرَفْنَا إِلَيْكَ نَفَرًا مِنَ الْجِنِّ, and recall when we turned towards you a group of the jinn, يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقُرْآنَ, to hear the Quran. فَلَمَّا حَضَرُوهُ, And when they were present there, where they were in the presence of Quran, qalu ansitu, they said, keep quiet, be silent, listen attentively. As we have read in Surah Al-Araf, فَإِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنُ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ وَأَنصِتُوا. When Quran is being recited, now with full attention, listen to it and keep quiet. That is the word, ansitu, keep quiet. فَلَمَّا قُضِيَ, and when recitation was completed, وَاللَّهُ إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِمْ مُنذِرِينَ, they turned their backs, they went to their people, their nation, warning them. قَالُوا, they said, Ya qawmana, O our people, our nation, inna sami'na kitaban, we have heard and listened to a book, unzila min ba'de Musa, which has been sent down after Moses. This is another indication. They might have known Injil, but Injil was not a book, it was hikmah only. It was no Sharia to be followed, no commandments, no halal and haram, no laws. So here they are mentioning after the book of Musa. Ya qawmana inna sami'na kitaban unzila min ba'di Musa musaddiqan lima bayna yadayhi, and this book confirms that which is present before us, that is Torah. Yahdi ilal haqq, and this book is guiding towards the right path, truth. Wa ila tariqi mustaqim, and towards the straight path. Ya qawmana ajibu da'i Allah, O our people, respond to Allah's caller and summoner. Respond positively. Say labbaik to his call. Ajibu da'i Allah. Now this is very important. They heard and listened to Quran only once, and they became the muballighin. They became the callers. What's the case with us? Go on listening and listening and listening and listening. Every year listening, every year listening. But we are not motivated. We don't stand and call people to this book, or Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or to Islam, actual Islam, factual Islam. Ya qawmana ajibu da'i Allah wa aminu bihi, and believe in it. Yaghfir lakum min dhunubikum. Your Lord will forgive you some of your sins. Wa yujirkum min adhabin alim, and He will protect you and deliver you from the painful chastisement. Wa man la yujib da'i Allah, and whosoever doesn't respond to the Allah's summoner or caller, فَلَيْسَ بِمُعْجِزٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ, he cannot defeat Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the earth. وَلَيْسَ لَهُ مِن دُونِهِ أَوْلِيَاءَ, and there will not be for him besides Allah any protectors. أُولَٰئِكَ فِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ, verily those people will be in manifest error. أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا أَنَّ اللَّهَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ وَلَمْ يَعْيَ بِخَلْقِهِنَّ بِقَادِرٍ عَلَىٰ أَن يُحْيِيَ الْمَوْتَىٰ. Don't they see? Can't they understand that Allah, who created the heavens and the earth, and He was not tired or exhausted due to their creation, is He not capable, بِقَادِرٍ عَلَىٰ أَن يُحْيِيَ الْمَوْتَىٰ, to revive the dead? Bala, why not? He is capable. إِنَّهُ عَلَىٰ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ, He is definitely powerful over everything. وَيَوْمَ يُعْرَضُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا عَلَى النَّارِ, and recall the day when these people who disbelieve, they will be presented before the fire. أَلَيْسَ هَذَا بِالْحَقِّ, and then they will be asked, is it not true? Is it some fiction? Was that some forgery of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? You used to laugh at it. أَلَيْسَ هَذَا بِالْحَقِّ, is this not the truth? قَالُوا بَلَىٰ وَرَبِّنَا, this will say, why not? And we swear by you, O our Lord, it is the truth. قَالَ فَسُوقُوا الْعَذَابَ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَكْفُرُونَ. And then finally Allah would say, okay then, taste the chastisement because of what you used to disbelieve. Now the final address to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. فَاصْبِرْ كَمَا صَبَرَ أُولُو الْعَزْمِ مِنَ الرُّسُلِ. So Muhammad, endure patiently. Just as our messengers of the past who had strong character and will, they endured. You know, the number of the prophets of Allah, according to certain traditions, it's 124,000. Messengers 313. And this number somehow corresponds. 124,000 Muslims were present on the eve of last Hajj of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and 313 were with him in the Battle of Badr. The same number as is of the messengers. Out of these, 5 or 7, mostly 5, they are said to be ulul azmi min ar-rusul, people of the strongest character, strongest forbearance. And they are the same which we read in Surah Ash-Shura. شَرَعَ لَكُم مِّنَ الدِّينِ مَا وَصَّىٰ بِهِ نُوحًا وَالَّذِي أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ وَمَا وَصَّيْنَا بِهِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَمُوسَىٰ وَعِيسَىٰ. 5. Nuh, Ibrahim, Musa, Isa, and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa alayhi salatu wa salam. Some people add 2 more to this list, Hud and Saleh. But mostly it is agreed that these 5 are the topmost. فَاصْبِرْ كَمَا صَبَرَ أُولُو الْعَزْمِ مِنَ الرُّسُلِ وَلَا تَسْتَعْجِلْ لَهُمْ. Don't make haste for them. Don't think that their term should come to an end. I have conveyed them the message. Now the matter should be judged and finally decided. How long will they be given the respite? No. وَلَا تَسْتَعْجِلْ لَهُمْ. Don't hasten to them on them the chastisement. كَأَنَّهُمْ يَوْمَ يَرَوْنَ مَا يُوعَدُونَ. The day when they will see what was being promised to them, they will feel لَمْ يَلْبَسُوا. They never remained إِلَّا سَاعَةً مِّن نَهَارٍ, except for 1 hour of a day. This whole life in this world which they are passing, this will appear that they lived here only for an hour of the day. Balagh. Haza. This is Haza Balaghun. Balagh. This is to convey to you. فَهَلْ يُهْلَكُ إِلَّا الْقَوْمُ الْفَاسِقُونَ. So, who will be destroyed except those people who are the transgressors? Now, after 13 Makki surahs, we come to the Madani surahs of this group, and they are 3. After a very long pause, we had 4 in the very beginning: Baqarah, Al Imran, Nisa, Maida. Then 2, Anfal, and Tawbah. Then very far off, 1, Surah An-Nur. Then another one after 8 surahs, Surah Al-Ahzab. Now we come to 3 surahs. Surah Muhammad, then Surah Al-Fath. Surah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the time of its revelation, that's important to note. It was just before the Battle of Badr. Most of the Surah Al-Baqarah was revealed from the day 1 after Hijrah till sometime before Ghazwa Badr, Battle of Badr. But between Surah Al-Baqarah and Battle of Badr is this Surah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The background is that the Prophet ﷺ, when he migrated to Medina, he took only 6 months to consolidate himself and his position in Medina. Number one, he built the mosque, center. Number two, muwahat, Bayan-ul-Quran wal Ansar. One from the Muhajirin, one from Ansar, declared brothers. So that these two sections are welded together in this society. They don't remain separate. That could create problems. Number three, he concluded agreements with the 3 Jewish tribes, Misaqul Madina. The essence of this Misaqul Madina was a joint defense of Medina. If somebody attacks Medina, we shall defend as one ummah, the Muslims and the Jews. From the very 7th month, he started sending expeditions, groups, to challenge Quraysh. That was the initiation from the side of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There was no initiation of any activity against the Muslims after Hijrah from the people of Makkah. There was an argument going on over there. There were people, hawks, who were proposing that we should go and attack Medina and finish Muhammad and his companions once for all. But there were others also. Abu Jahl, Uqba ibn Abi Mu'ayt, Nadr ibn Haris, these were the hawks. But then Utbah ibn Rabi'a, Hakim ibn Hizam, who later on became a Muslim also, he was a close relation of Hazrat Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha. These were there, they were the hawks, they were the doves. They said, why? They have gone from here. Why should we pursue them? Now Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, well, he is not going to sit there idle. He will preach his deen over there. So then there will be a strife between him and the other tribes of the Arabia. So if he can subdue all the tribes of Arabia, do we lose anything? Who is Muhammad? Our brother? He's a Qarshi. It means a Qarshi empire will come there in the whole of Arabia. We stand to lose nothing. And if the other Arabs finish with him, okay, that's what you want will happen without you yourself soiling your swords with the blood of your brothers. After all, they are your brothers. Who is Muhammad? Son of Abdullah, son of Abdul Muttalib. Who is Abu Bakr? Who is Umar? Who is Hamza? Who is all these things? Who are they? Muslims. They are Qarshis. But you know, the initiative was taken by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself. But there were munafiqeen in Medina. They were criticizing Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As yet there has not come any clear commandment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to go to war against these kuffar. Why has he started it? Actually, they didn't want to go to war. If you go to war, you have to risk your life. If you come back alive, well, it's a bonus. When you go, you have to risk your life. So these people were criticizing Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, no, there's no express ayah has up till now come commanding us to go to war against these people. So why has he started it? In that background, because now Ghazwatul Badr, the Battle of Badr was coming. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is preparing the Muslims for this confrontation, the first armed conflict between Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions on the one side, both the Muhajirin and the Ansar, and the people of Makkah at the other side. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alladhina kafaru. Now the style of this surah is also very peculiar. There is no other example in the whole of Quran. Starting directly, then every ayah ending directly. Mostly you find Wahuwal Ghafurur Rahim, Wahuwal Azizul Hakim ayat end with the names or attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But you won't find this thing here. In the whole surah, it's one style. الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا وَصَدُّوا عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَضَلَّ أَعْمَالَهُم. Those who disbelieved and they bar others also, prevent others also from the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will render all their deeds fruitless. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. On the contrary, those who came to believe and they did good deeds, righteous deeds, وَآمَنُوا بِمَا نُزِّلَ عَلَى مُحَمَّدٍ, and they came to believe on what was sent down on Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَهُوَ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ, and that is the truth from their Lord, كَفَّرَ عَنْهُمْ سَيِّئَاتِهِمْ, He will expiate their sins, وَأَصْلَحَ بَالَهُمْ, and He will set aright their conditions. ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا اتَّبَعُوا الْبَاطِلَ. This is because those who disbelieved, they followed falsehood. وَأَنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اتَّبَعُوا الْحَقَّ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ. And on the contrary, those who have come to believe, they have followed the truth from their Lord. كَذَلِكَ يَضْرِبُ اللَّهُ لِلنَّاسِ أَمْثَالَهُم. In this way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strikes for people their similitudes. فَإِذَا لَقِيتُمُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. This ayah number 4 is one of the difficult ayat of the Quran, but at the same time one of the most important ayat of the Quran. In this one ayah there is a full law for this new phase of the struggle of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, armed conflict. Before that, no battle, no fighting had actually happened. Although 8 expeditions before Badr, in 4 of them Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself participated. They are called Ghazawat. And 4 in which he didn't go, he sent the people. They are called Saraya. But actual fighting didn't take place. This was the first occasion. And for that now this law is being given. فَإِذَا لَقِيتُمُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. O Muslims, when you meet those who have disbelieved in battle, فَضَرْبَ الرِّقَابِ. So smite their necks, kill them. حَتَّى إِذَا أَسْخَنْتُمُوهُمْ. Until when you have routed them completely. فَشُدُّ الْوَثَاقِ. Then tie them fast as slaves or prisoners. فَإِمَّا مَنًّا بَعْدُ وَإِمَّا فِدَاءً. Later on, any of the 2 ways can be taken. When the war, حَتَّى تَضَعَ الْحَرْبُ أَوْزَارَهَا. When the war lays down its burdens, it is finished finally, then either you set them free by grace or by ransom. وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَانْتَصَرَ مِنْهُمْ. Had Allah wished, He could have avenged himself without giving you any trouble. وَلَكِنْ لِيَبْلُوَ بَعْضَكُمْ بِبَعْضٍ. But it is His rule, it's His practice. He tries some of you by some others. وَالَّذِينَ قُتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ فَلَنْ يُضِلَّ أَعْمَالَهُم. As for those who are killed in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will not let their good deeds go in vain. Now what is the law given here? If there is a fighting, a war, first of all, you spend all your energies in killing them. Now, if you have the victory and you have some prisoners, you have to see first whether the war has come to an end or it is only one battle in which we are successful. These 2 things are different. Might be you won one battle, but the war is going on. In this condition, if you set free the prisoners, that is aiding the kuffar, the disbelievers. They will come back again to fight against you. That option is only when you feel that the war is finished. They have no strength now to fight again. Then this option is there. Either you set them free by ransom, charging fidya, or by grace, okay, you can go. And this was the mistake which was committed after Badr. When 70 chiefs of Quraysh were killed, but another 70 were taken captives. Now there was a consultation. The Prophet consulted his companions what we should do. The opinion of Hazrat Umar was, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, ashadduhum fi amrillahi Umar. He said they should all be killed. And every one of us should kill with his own hands the one most closely related to him. But the opinion of Hazrat Abu Bakr was, no, let them free if they pay the fidya. And Prophet ﷺ himself, maybe his opinion was the same, maybe he has accepted the opinion of Abu Bakr. The decision was taken. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed his disagreement with this decision in Surah Al-Anfal in very severe words. Because only one battle you have won, not the war. This is just the beginning, it's not the end. So if you let them go, they will again come on you. And this is what happened. The very next year, an army 3,000 strong that came and invaded Medina. So these are the three stages. First of all, kill them as many as you can. Number two, if you have captives, if you think that the war is over, you can let them go, otherwise not, kill them. But when you think that the war is over, now the enemy has no heart to meet you, then you can either by ransom or by grace leave them. Sayahdihim wa yuslihu ba'alahum. As for those who will be killed in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will not let their deeds go waste. Soon He shall guide them and set aright their condition. وَيُدْخِلُهُمُ الْجَنَّةَ عَرَّفَهَا لَهُمْ, and will admit them to the garden which He has made known to them. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu in tansurullaha yansurkum wa yuthabbit aqdamakum. Very important ayah. O Muslims, O those who claim to believe, if you help Allah, then Allah will help you, and He will make your feet firm. What do you mean by helping Allah? Allah is almighty, all-powerful. Does He need any help? No. You are being tested. And helping Allah means helping His religion, His deen, to make it supreme. أَنْ أَقِيمُوا الدِّينَ وَلَا تَتَفَرَّقُوا فِيهِ. Now, if you devote yourself for this mission, Allah will help you. Otherwise, there is no promise of Allah to help the Muslims. And this is the situation with the Muslims today. Allah is not helping them. Why should He help them? They have made friends with the enemies of Allah. They are faithful to the enemies of Allah. They themselves are the enemies of Allah. Their whole political, social, economic system is against Allah. Why should He help them? He didn't help the Arabs in 1967, nor did He help the Pakistanis in 1971. He is not going to help. In tansurullah yansurkum. It's a conditional promise. If you help Allah, so Allah will help you, and He will make your feet firm. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا فَتَعْسَلْ لَهُمْ وَأَضَلَّ أَعْمَالَهُم. As for those who disbelieve, so for them is destruction, and all their endeavors will go in vain. ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّهُمْ كَرِهُوا مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأَحْبَطَ أَعْمَالَهُم. This is because they hated what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has rendered all their deeds fruitless. They were serving Makkah and Hajis, but all these deeds are fruitless now. Because now they have committed the biggest crime of disbelieving and rejecting the revelations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أَفَلَمْ يَسِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ فَيَنْظُرُوا كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. So have they not traveled in the land and see what was the end of those people who were before them? دَمَّرَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ. Allah destroyed them. وَلِلْكَافِرِينَ أَمْثَالُهَا. And for these kuffar of your time, O Muhammad, the like of this is going to happen. They will also be destroyed. ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ مَوْلَى الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَأَنَّ الْكَافِرِينَ لَا مَوْلَى لَهُمْ. This is because Allah is the protector of those who believe, and the people who disbelieve, they have no protector whatsoever. إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُدْخِلُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِن تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ. Verily Allah will admit those who came to believe and did good deeds, تَجْرِي مِن تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ, underneath which rivers will be flowing. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, as for those who disbelieved, يَتَمَتَّعُونَ وَيَأْكُلُونَ كَمَا تَأْكُلُ الْأَنْعَامُ. They will enjoy comforts and eat as cattle eat. وَالنَّارُ مَثْوًى لَهُمْ. In the end, the fire shall be their abode. وَكَأَيٍّ مِّن قَرْيَةٍ هِيَ أَشَدُّ قُوَّةً مِّن قَرْيَتِكَ الَّتِي أَخْرَجَتْكَ. And O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, there have been so many townships who were more powerful than the town which had forced you to flee or leave. This Quraysh forced Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to leave Makkah. They have turned you out from Makkah. They have decided to kill you. That was why you left Makkah. But there have been much stronger townships, much bigger townships, which we destroyed. أَهْلَكْنَاهُمْ. We destroyed them all. فَلَا نَاصِرَ لَهُمْ. And there was no helper for them. أَفَمَنْ كَانَ عَلَى بَيِّنَةٍ مِّن رَبِّهِ كَمَنْ زُيِّنَ لَهُ سُوءُ عَمَلِهِ. Now that person who is on a clear insight from his Lord, بَيِّنَةٍ مِّن رَبِّهِ, is he like those to whom their evil deeds have been made beautiful by Satans? وَاتَّبَعُوا أَهْوَاهُمْ. And they are following their lusts and desires, their caprices. مَثَلُ الْجَنَّةِ الَّتِي وُعِدَ الْمُتَّقُونَ. The similitude of the Jannah, the garden, which has been promised to the God-fearing people. فِيهَا أَنْهَارٌ مِّن مَّاءٍ غَيْرِ آسِنٍ. In them there are rivers of water, unstaling. وَأَنْهَارٌ مِّن لَبَنٍ لَمْ يَتَغَيَّرْ طَعْمُهُ. And rivers of milk whereof the taste won't change. وَأَنْهَارٌ مِّن خَمَرٍ لَذَّةٍ لِلشَّارِبِينَ. And rivers of wine, which will be very delicious to the drinkers. وَأَنْهَارٌ مِّنْ عَسَلٍ مُصَفَّى. And there will be the honey, purified honey. وَلَهُمْ فِيهَا مِنْ كُلِّ الثَّمَرَاتِ. And for them there will be in it all the fruit. وَمَغْفِرَةٌ مِّن رَبِّهِمْ. And on top of that, forgiveness from their Lord. كَمَنْ هُوَ خَالِدٌ. Are these people equal to those كَمَنْ هُوَ خَالِدٌ فِي النَّارِ, who has to live in fire forever? وَسُقُوا مَاءً حَمِيمًا. And they will be made to drink boiling water. فَقَطَّعَ مَعَاهُمْ. Which will burn their intestines and cut them into pieces. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَسْتَمِعُ إِلَيْكَ. Among these are some people who listen to you. Now this is the mention of the munafiqeen, who were perturbed, at this stage of the struggle of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now fighting, going to war, risking your lives. What is this going on? We should go on giving dawah, call people. Why to use this force? وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَسْتَمِعُ إِلَيْكَ. From among them there are people who come and close to you and listen to you attentively. حَتَّى إِذَا خَرَجُوا مِنْ عِنْدِكَ, until when they go out from your presence. قَالُوا لِلَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ, now they ask those who were given the knowledge, مَاذَا قَالَ آنِفًا, what he has said now? Something new? He is changing his pattern. He was a da'i, and now he wants to raise the sword. مَاذَا قَالَ آنِفًا, what is he saying now? What has happened to him? أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ طَبَعَ اللَّهُ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِهِمْ, they are the people on whose hearts Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put a seal. وَاتَّبَعُوا أَهْوَاءَهُمْ, and they are following their lusts. وَالَّذِينَ اهْتَدَوْا زَادَهُمْ هُدًى, as for those who are rightly guided, Allah increases them in guidance. وَآتَاهُمْ تَقْوَاهُمْ, and grants them their piety. فَهَلْ يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَّا السَّاعَةَ, so what are they waiting for except the hour? أَنْ تَأْتِيَهُمْ بَغْتَةً, that it should come to them suddenly. فَقَدْ جَاءَ أَشْرَاطُهَا, some of its signs have already arrived. Now this is important. At the time of the Prophet ﷺ, which sign of the Sa'ah of Qiyamah had arrived already? The advent of Muhammad ﷺ is the first sign. He says, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ أَنَا وَالسَّاعَةُ كَهَاتَيْنِ, I and this Sa'ah, they are joined together. My coming, it heralds the coming of the hour. This is the first sign. فَأَنَّا لَهُمْ إِذَا جَاءَتْهُمْ ذِكْرَاهُمْ, so when it will come, it will arrive, then to what avail shall be the admonition for them? فَعْلَمْ, so know you, fully know it, أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ, that there is no God except Allah. وَاسْتَغْفِرْ لِذَنْبِكَ, and ask the forgiveness of Allah regarding your discrepancies, shortcomings. وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ, also ask the forgiveness of Allah for the believers, وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ, men and women both. وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ مُتَقَلَّبَكُمْ وَمَثْوَاكُمْ, Allah very well knows where you move about and where you take the rest. وَيَقُولُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, now this proper, the munafiqeen, what they were saying. وَيَقُولُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, and these people who claim that they believe, they say, لَوْلَا نُزِّلَتْ سُورَةٌ, why not a surah was revealed? He is doing it on his own. Allah's command has not come. He seems to be, God forbid, he seems to be an ambitious person. So he is doing it. Rather we should say he is overdoing it. لَوْلَا نُزِّلَتْ سُورَةٌ فَإِذَا أُنزِلَتْ سُورَةٌ مُحْكَمَةٌ. That is why you must remember that this surah has also two names, Surah Muhammad and Suratul Qital. Suratul Qital is the second name of this surah. فَإِذَا أُنزِلَتْ سُورَةٌ مُحْكَمَةٌ, when a profound surah, decisive surah was revealed, وَذُكِرَ فِيهَا الْقِتَالِ, and now qital was mentioned in it, going to war, going to battlefield. رَأَيْتَ الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ, now you see those who have a disease in their hearts. Now this word is for nifaq. فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ فَزَادَهُمُ اللَّهُ مَرَضًا, the disease of nifaq. يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَيْكَ, they are looking towards you, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, نَظَرَ الْمَغْشِيِّ عَلَيْهِ مِنَ الْمَوْتِ, with the look of one who faints due to death. When death is there and you are fainting, and at that time, the eyes, they rotate, they are this way or that way. This is their condition. Their argument finished. They said, up till now, no clear ayah has been revealed, but now it has come. So they are caught. فَأَوْلَى لَهُمْ, so woe to them. ta'atun wa qawlun ma'roof. Listen, obedience and straight words. This should be the attitude. When you say you are Muslims, now you have to obey. فَإِذَا عَزَمَ الْأَمْرُ, when the matter is decided, decision has been taken, فَلَوْ صَدَقُوا اللَّهَ لَكَانَ خَيْرًا لَهُمْ. Now if they were true to Allah, it would be better for them. They had made a covenant. We shall live for Allah, we shall die for Allah. Now they have to prove their truthfulness. فَهَلْ عَصَيْتُمْ إِن تَوَلَّيْتُمْ. So there is a danger that if, now this ayah has been translated in two ways. In tawallaytum, if you go on your backs, you don't go to the battlefield. فَهَلْ عَصَيْتُمْ إِن تَوَلَّيْتُمْ أَن تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ. You will produce corruption and mischief in the land, and you will تُقَطِّعُوا أَرْحَامَكُمْ, and you will blind, and you will sever your ties of kinship. The other is that if you become the rulers of this land, tawalla, wali, wali means the ruler, walaya and wilaya. I told you when we were reading Surah Al-Tawbah, Surah Al-Kahf, walaya is from wali, the authority. Wilaya is from wali, friendship and protection. If you become the rulers and you have not passed through these tests and tribulations, the purification of yourselves has not taken place, then it is, every danger is there that you will create a mischief in the land and you will sever the ties of kinship. So you have to pass through these tests and trials and tribulations. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ لَعَنَهُمُ اللَّهُ فَأَصَمَّهُمْ وَأَعْمَىٰ أَبْصَارَهُم. So they will be those whom Allah will curse and whom He will make deaf and blind their sights. أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. So don't they ponder over Quran? Or upon their hearts there are locks. Locks are there so that nothing from Quran can enter. The door of the heart is locked. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ ارْتَدُّوا عَلَىٰ أَدْبَارِهِمْ مِن بَعْدِ مَا تَبَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الْهُدَىٰ الشَّيْطَانُ سَوَّلَ لَهُمْ وَأَمْلَىٰ لَهُمْ. Verily those who go back on their iman, irtaddu, they turn back from iman to kufr, irtidad, min ba'di ma tabayyana lahumul huda. After that, the guidance has become absolutely clear to them. Ash-shaytanu sawwara lahum. Actually, they are being enticed by Satan. Wa amla lahum. And he has given him false hopes. ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّهُمْ قَالُوا لِلَّذِينَ كَرِهُوا مَا نَزَّلَ اللَّهُ سَنُطِيعُكُمْ فِي بَعْضِ الْأَمْرِ. This is because they said to those people who dislike what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said. These munafiqeen had ties with the Yahud, with the Jews. There was ties of friendship. So they used to go there and say, okay, although we have accepted the faith of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but don't think that we have severed all connections with you. سَنُطِيعُكُمْ فِي بَعْضِ الْأَمْرِ. We shall be obeying you also in some of the matters. We shall look to you also. What you say, maybe we obey. وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ إِسْرَارَهُمْ. And Allah knows very well their secrets, what they are going and saying to these Jews in secrecy. فَكَيْفَ إِذَا تَوَفَّتْهُمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ يَضْرِبُونَ وُجُوهَهُمْ وَأَدْبَارَهُمْ. So what will happen to them? When the angels will be taking away their souls and smiting their faces and their backs. ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّهُمْ اتَّبَعُوا مَا أَسْخَطَ اللَّهِ. This is because they have followed that thing which displeases Allah. وَكَرِهُوا رِضْوَانَهُ. And they have themselves, they have rejected the good pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَأَحْبَطَ أَعْمَالَهُمْ. So He had made all their good deeds fruitless. They said they believed in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They became Muslims. They have prayed behind Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, maybe for a year. But now, if this test which has come to them, if they fail, it means all their good deeds will go in vain. أَمْ حَسِبَ الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ أَنْ لَنْ يُخْرِجَ اللَّهُ أَضْغَانَهُمْ. Do those people who have disease in their hearts think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not bring to the light their hidden ill wills? What are their intentions hidden in their hearts against Muslims, against Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Allah will bring them to light, will expose them. وَلَوْ نَشَاءُ, and if we wish, لَأَرَيْنَاكَهُمْ, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we will show you them that these are the munafiqeen. فَلَا عَرَفْتَهُمْ بِسِيمَاهُمْ, and then you will be able to recognize them with their marks. وَلَا تَعْرِفَنَّهُمْ فِي لَحْنِ الْقَوْلِ, and even at this time, you can easily recognize them by the tone of their speech. The tone of a sincere person is different from a person who is wavering. Only the tone, how you talk, how you speak, is sufficient to reveal what is in your heart. Wallahu ya'lamu a'malakum, and Allah very well knows your deeds. وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ, and we shall definitely test you, حَتَّى نَعْلَمَ الْمُجَاهِدِينَ مِنْكُمْ, until we come to know and we make absolutely clear who are those who strive for the cause of Allah, وَالصَّابِرِينَ, and those who are steadfast, who persevere, who take everything with patience. وَنَبْلُوَ أَخْبَارَكُمْ, and we have to test your tidings and your news. This subject has come so many times. In Surah Al-Baqarah, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ وَلَتُبْلَوَنَّ فِي أَمْوَالِكُمْ وَأَنفُسِكُمْ, in Surah Al-Imran. Then we read in Surah Al-Ankabut, ألف لام ميم أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون ولقد فتنا الذين من قبلهم فلا يعلمن الله الذين صدقوا ولا يعلمن الكاذبين. And then in the same section, ولا يعلمن الله الذين آمنوا ولا يعلمن المنافقين. Allah will make it clear who are true believers and who are hypocrites. إن الذين كفروا وصدوا عن سبيل الله, verily those who disbelieved and who wanted to stop others also from the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَشَاقُّوا الرَّسُولَ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا تَبَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الْهُدَى, and they opposed the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after that guidance had become to them absolutely evident and clear. لَنْ يَضُرُّ اللَّهَ شَيْئًا, they are not going to harm Allah in any way. وَسَيُحْبِطُ أَعْمَالَهُمْ, and Allah will make all their deeds absolutely a failure. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul. Oh, you who believe, obey Allah and obey the messenger. Whatever messenger says, وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. Maybe it's not the wahi jali, maybe it is wahi khafi. Two types of wahi. Sometimes, clear wordings were revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and sometimes an idea was given to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not the wordings. So, but whatever he said, he was saying from on the basis of the wahi. But these are two types of wahi. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul wa la tubtilu a'malakum. See, you don't make your deeds and your services that you have rendered up till now go in vain. Now at this stage, if you turn your back, it means up till this time, whatever you had done, it is multiplied by a big zero, and it becomes zero. Inna alladhina kafaru wa saddu an sabilillahi summa matu. Verily those who disbelieved and tried to avert people also from the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, summa matu wa hum kuffar, and then they died in the condition of kufr. They died as disbelievers. فَلَنْ يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَهُمْ. Allah is never going to forgive them. فَلَا تَهِنُوا. So, O believers, don't be weak. وَتَدْعُوا إِلَى السَّلْمِ. And don't call for and cry for peace. These munafiqeen, they used to say, there should be peace. Why to go to war? Why bloodshed? We can make da'wah. We can call people towards the way of Allah. Why to use this force? Why this fighting? There should be peace. فَلَا تَهِنُوا. But the reason was weakness, own weakness, fear of death. Don't want to risk your lives. فَلَا تَهِنُوا وَاتَّدْعُوا إِلَى السَّلْمِ وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ. We promise you, you will be the uppermost. وَاللَّهُ مَعَكُمْ. Allah is with you. وَلَنْ يَتِرَكُمْ أَعْمَالَكُمْ. And He will never deprive you of the rewards of your deeds. إِنَّمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا لَعِبٌ وَلَهْوٌ. Verily, this life of this world is a sport and a play. As I explained a few days back, if this life becomes an obstruction from the life of hereafter, and if you are lost in this life, this becomes your mahboob and matloob, then it is nothing but a play and a drama and a game. But if you believe in the hereafter, then each and every minute of this life becomes very important. As the Prophet said, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, innama dunya mazra'atul akhirah. This world is where you sow the seeds so that you can reap in the hereafter. So it is very important, but not if it has obstructed your vision from the hereafter, then it is a thing of deceit. Mata'ul ghurur. Innamal hayatud dunya la'ibun wa lahu wa in tu'minu wa tattaqu. And if you believe and you have the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yu'tikum ujurakum. Allah will give you your rewards. Wala yas'alkum amwalakum. And He doesn't ask you all your belongings, all your wealth, all your riches. In yas'alkumuha fayahfikum. If He asks you all your belongings and then He presses you, tabkhalu, then you will behave as niggardly. Wa yukhriju azghanakum. And Allah will show out to the people the hidden ill intentions in your hearts. Ha antum haulai tud'auna litunfiqu fi sabilillah. You are those who are called and invited to expend in the way of Allah. Spend. فَمِنْكُمْ مَنْ يَبْخَلْ. Some of you are those who are niggardly, they don't want to spend. وَمَنْ يَبْخَلْ فَإِنَّمَا يَبْخَلُ عَنْ نَفْسِهِ. And whosoever is niggardly against his own soul. وَاللَّهُ الْغَنِيُّ. And Allah is without any need, self-sufficient. وَأَنْتُمُ الْفُقَرَاءُ. And remember, you are in need. You have to ask Him. وَإِن تَتَوَلَّوْا يَسْتَبْدِلْ قَوْمًا غَيْرَكُمْ ثُمَّ لَا يَكُونُوا أَمْثَالَكُمْ. This was a very big threat which came out to be true after about 600 years. If you turn your backs, you, those who have come to believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, have been assigned a very big mission, very big mission, very big mission. In Surah Al-Baqarah we had it already. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. This mission has been entrusted to you. Just as our messenger has conveyed to you our message, and he will be able to stand on the day of judgment and testify Oh Allah, the message I received from you, I had conveyed to them. In the same way, you have to do it for the whole of the humanity. But, in tatawallaw, if you turn your backs to this mission, just as the Muslims did after the end of the pious caliphate, now Muslims started loving this world, luxuries, comforts, making big palaces for them. Abu Bakr had no palace, Muhammad had no palace. He used to live in a hujra, the smallest apartments. You know the size of the apartment of Hazrat Aisha, radiyallahu ta'ala anha, that when the Prophet was with her and he used to pray tahajjud, there was no sufficient space there. He used to, remove and turn the legs of Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa radiyallahu anha to one side, and then there was the space to make a sajda, to prostrate for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He didn't have built a palace, neither Abu Bakr, nor Umar, nor Usman, nor Ali. Usman was one of the richest persons. But when he died, he left nothing. No inheritance whatsoever. He had a few slaves, and on the day he was martyred, the day he just set them free. You are free, go. You are not going to be inherited by any of my heirs. So that was the pious caliphate. But when we turned our back to this mission, in tatawallaw yastabdil qawman ghayrakum, then Allah will remove you and bring another nation in your place. And then they will not be like you. Historically speaking, this happened in the 13th century of Christian era, when hundreds of thousands, millions, I should say, of Muslims were slain by the Tatari hordes. And the last Abbasid caliph was dragged out of his palace in Baghdad, and he was covered in the skin of a camel and trampled under the hoofs of the horses of the Tataris. And that was the end of the Arab leadership of the Ummah. Came to end. After some time, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the banner of Islam to the Tataris. है आया फितना तातार के अफसाने से, पासबा मिल गए काबे को सनम खाने से. There was a shift of leadership. The leadership of the Muslim Ummah was shifted from the Arabs to the Turks. Turkan-e Taimuri in India, whom we call Mughals, they were Turkan-e Taimuri. Turkan-e Seljuki in the Middle East. Turkan-e Safavi, great Safavid empire of Iran. And last of them, but not least, Turkan-e Usmani, who established the great Ottoman Empire, the greatest empire this world has seen ever. Because number 2 will come, the Roman Empire. But the Ottoman Empire was greater than the Roman Empire, spreading over 3 continents, whole of North Africa, whole of West Asia, and a very big chunk of East Europe under the Ottomans. This Bosnia and Kosovo and this and that, they are the remnants of that period. Who are they? The remnants of the Turkish rule. Anyhow, this ayah, in tatawallaw yastabdil qawman ghayrakum, this came to be true in the 13th century of Christian era. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'an al-azim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa zikril hakim.